Things we love to see in football. A 30-yard screamer hitting top bins, a goalkeeper making the most impossible save, dazzling passing moves that finish with a perfectly taken goal, and a speed merchant giving the defender a 20-yard head start before turning on the afterburners and blitzing past them to get the ball before they do. Buckle up, because you're about to see the top 10 fastest players of 2024. Catch them if you can. Spoiler alert, Harry Maguire did not make the list. In at number 10, Alphonso Davies, 36.4 kilometers per hour. You know you're quick if you're given the name Roadrunner. Alphonso Davies, the blistering speedster for Bayern Munich and the Canada national team, can play all along the left side of the pitch. It's fair to say that clocking up a top recorded speed of 36.4 kilometers per hour on the pitch, he leaves most opponents behind him. He hit his impressive speed in a game against VfB Stuttgart, but has even been known to register a slightly faster speed off the record. Number 9, Achraf Hakimi, 36.5 kilometers per hour. Achraf Hakimi played for Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and Dortmund before joining PSG in 2021, where he's become an impressive mainstay for the dominant French club. Utilized as a right back or on the wing, he was also a key player in Morocco's hugely impressive Qatar World Cup campaign back in 2022, showing off some great marauding runs. Hakimi's powerful but agile running is matched with tight dribbling skill, and when he's got space to run into, he can hit that fast and furious NOS turbo. Capable of a brisk 36.5 kilometer top speed, Hakimi's fast for a footballer, but also fast for a mountain bike traveling down a steep hill. Number 8, Ousmane Dembele, 36.6 kilometers per hour. Hakimi isn't the only PSG star on our list. His teammate and France international Ousmane Dembele can clock up a fiery 36.6 kilometers per hour, which makes him a shade faster than Hakimi. His top speed was recorded in the Champions League. He uses quick feet to bypass defenders, and once he has nothing but clear grass, there are a few defenders who can catch him. Number 7, Mykhailo Mudryk, 36.6 kilometers per hour. It's not been a good time for Mykhailo Mudryk after recently failing a drug test. Hopefully he can prove his innocence. What he has no need to prove, however, is his eye-popping pace. Mudryk's turf-tearing runs for Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League convinced Chelsea to sign him up for £88.5 million on an 8.5-year deal. He's shown fleeting glimpses of his fleet-footed abilities, but Chelsea fans didn't yet see the full glory of a 36.6 km/h Mudryk sprint or a player with the confidence to take defenders on down the wing. Number 6, Adama Traoré, 36.6 kilometers per hour. From the youth setup of Barcelona to the Premier League to a brief return to Barca and back to the Prem, Adama Traoré has built a reputation on primarily one thing: his insanely quick pace. Traoré is also hard to miss, ranking as one of the brawniest, strongest players in the game too. Since Adebayo Akinfenwa, aka the Beast, retired, Traoré is probably the henchiest weightlifter in professional football. In fact, he looks like an American football blocker. Despite packing on a lot of muscle, it didn't appear to slow Traoré down. His destructive bursts of speed cause chaos for defenders, even if his final product has occasionally left a little to be desired. Traoré has previously been clocked doing 36.6 kilometers per hour, putting him level with Mudryk and Dembele. But honestly, when Traoré first burst onto the scene, he looked even quicker than he is now. We're halfway through our list of sprinting specialists, and for context, Usain Bolt at his fastest clocked a speed of 44 kilometers per hour. We're getting close to Olympic gold now. Number 5, Kylian Mbappé, 36.7 kilometers per hour. You probably expected Mbappé to make the list, and he does, but did you think he'd place higher? Former PSG icon and World Cup winner Kylian Mbappé finally got his dream move to Real Madrid last summer. Slowly but surely, he settled and started to hit form, but what's never been in doubt is that ability to leave fire trails behind his heels on the pitch. With a top speed clocked of 36.7 kilometers per hour, Mbappé is incredible. In a game against Real Sociedad, he did a 100-meter sprint in 10.9 seconds. It's not quite Usain, but it's closer than Harry Maguire will get. Sorry, Harry. Number 4, Anthony Elanga, 36.9 kilometers per hour. Football is a funny old game, and when Anthony Elanga was sold with barely a whimper by Manchester United to join Nottingham Forest, most probably saw it as a downward step for the pacey winger. But Forest ride high in the Premier League while United are struggling in their worst season in the competition. They're also looking devoid of attacking threat and notably short on pace. Elanga has had a good start to life at Forest though, showing his worth and his speed on numerous occasions to help their unexpectedly great start to the season and notching 8 goals in his first 55 games for the club over 2 seasons. Elanga can crank up the gears to hit 36.9 kilometers per hour, just a shade under 37. Number 3, Nuno Mendes, 37.2 kilometers per hour. Hitting a speed that almost makes Elanga look slow, it's Nuno Mendes and another majestically fast player for PSG. The Paris club might just rank as the fastest team in the world, and most definitely would if Mbappe was still on the books. Mendes, who plays at left back and blazes up and down that touchline like he's riding a rocket, was even named the fastest player in the Champions League last season. He can hit 37.2 kilometers per hour, which might set off the speed cameras in most village high streets. On top of that crazy speed, Mendes has a great engine too and can just keep on running all game. We're getting close to the top spot. In at number 2, Karim Adeyemi, 37.6 kilometers per hour. Borussia Dortmund have plenty of pace in their team and have often built their attack around tricky, speedy, wide players like Daniel Malin. But he's not the quickest at the club. That honor goes to Karim Adeyemi, the German international who plays like he's on nuclear-powered roller skates. Adeyemi even set a Bundesliga record when he registered 37.6 kilometers an hour against Freiburg, who will have been frightened by the warp speed of Adeyemi. He's still young and will continue to improve on his end product, but it's already clear that he carries a huge threat thanks to that pace. We're at number 1 now, but how about a few names who just missed out on the list who might surprise you? Kyle Walker, at 34 years old, may well have made the cut a few years back, but can still hit an impressive stride. Erling Haaland also narrowly misses out, and it's easy to forget that the burly goal-scoring demon can also leave defenders completely in his wake. Or how about Jakub Moder at Brighton? Despite barnstorming runs, covering the ground with ease, he also didn't make the list. So who is number 1? A striker? A showboating winger? Number 1, Mickey van de Ven, 37.7 kilometers per hour. It's a central defender. In fact, Mickey van de Ven might be one of the quickest center halves who ever played the game. It's a position not renowned for players with fearsome turns of pace, more like the turning circles of a barge, but van de Ven defies that image. Since joining Tottenham, his FIFA cheat mode engaged speed has shocked the Premier League. With Ange Postecoglou's dangerous high line and all-out attack, it leaves Spurs susceptible to counterattacks. So often last season though, Van de Ven's pace got Spurs out of trouble on numerous occasions. It's no surprise then that following an injury this season, Tottenham have been on a dire run and find themselves in the bottom half. Thundering to a top speed of 37.7 kilometers per hour, Van de Ven is an anomaly because he's a unit and doesn't look like he'd be so quick. But as a striker, all it takes is a blink and he's suddenly in front of you, stealing the ball away or making a recovery tackle. Do you think there's a quicker player in world football? If so, who? Drop us a comment below and be sure to hit like and subscribe.